You want to have a rap battle? I'll stand in for Paul.
Yeah, dude. I choose my champion to be Billy the Fridge.
Him? I'll crush him.
Dude.
No, all right, here we go. Hey, yo. G-Man said that Jesus is his boss. Your thesis is a loss. You suck a fucking dick. God can toss my fucking salad. Your argument invalid. I'll get a ballot and vote for fucking Satan, cause I'm hating. I like Xenu.
Okay, so
and
set
I
it
see
up.
what you
Set it
do
up. Next week.
when you
Next
eat doo-doo.
week,
You eat the poo-poo? You eat the doo-doo?
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite your apprehensive listeners.
The name is G-Man, not Milli Vanilli, and I'ma take a minute, throw shade at Billy. You say you're a pro, but you're really hot trash. G-Man's too sweet, like I'm hauling Nash. Billy the Hut, you can't touch my flow. Cock it back.
Headshot.
Now you can call me Paul's ego.
You're a boring MC, dude. You're killing DPs, dude. Trust me, Billy, nobody really wants to see you. Hey, little Billy, you must be feeling really silly. You tried to beat the underdog, such a pity.
You lack the brains to deal with me.
Professor X in this battle handle minds from the sea. I'm a lyrical giant, flow sicker than bubonic.
You're a small fry little brain still hooked on phonics.
So run away, Billy, from the big bad wolf. Can't take the heat, get out the kitchen.
Little Billy's getting cooked.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Funeral time.
Let's pay our respects.
Billy's underground because Billy got wrecked. Such a waste of fame, a giant waste of skill. He tried to be the best, but he couldn't fit the bill.
He really wasn't bright, he had a hit once or twice.
He dwindled and he dwindled till he lost all of his light. He kept up this persona that he didn't really care.
Cakes, wake, and bakes, boy, his life was in despair.
Wore a dress for Halloween as a woman, he was basic. That's not more embarrassing than running around naked.
He rejected God, and that's why he fell. His gluttonous soul is burning in hell.
I pray for all the atheists be saved from your sins. It's not too late, just repent. God will always let you in. Don't follow Billy's path, don't run away from Christ. Just read your Bible, yo, it grants eternal life.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
And we're still mourning the unfortunate demise of Billy the Fridge's rap career here on YouTube. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. I want to get something out the way right now. I have company over today. They are not believers, so if you hear them cussing and stuff in the background, there's nothing I can do about it. That's why I usually walk outside when I'm making videos, because when I have company and I want to be able to focus on what I'm doing, I have to go outside to make my videos sometimes. But with that being said, again, hello everyone, welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about these narratives that was created about me, and I also want to talk about the undisputed truth regarding the reality of what's going on in this community. It's not going to be what they expect it to be. At least I don't think it will be. So first and foremost, before I get started, a couple of announcements. If you don't know this, on the G-Man channel, I made a couple of announcements. A lot of you ain't interested in the G podcast, so I'm not going to even bother getting into that. But I'm going to be doing Atheist Owned 4. I'm going to be doing Atheist Owned 4. And I'm going to be doing Atheist Pwned 2. I've never done Atheist Pwned 2. For those of you who don't know what Atheist Owned is, I did a rap years ago. It was terrible. The drunken peasants made fun of me a lot. And actually, they're making fun of me And what's going on today is just it's like something totally different, because the rap wasn't all like great, but it was better than some of the other stuff that I saw me put on YouTube. So, and it was a direct response to Redline and what he was doing with this presuppositional rap, which I highly recommend people go actually watch, because he actually did that on his own. He didn't have to beg other people to do work for him. He did it himself. So I did a response to him called Atheist Owned, and a lot of people got caught on the chorus with the So I'm going to be doing Atheist Owned 4. I did 3 of them. I'm going to do one more as well, Atheist Owned 4. Lubis is going to make the cut. Todd is going to make the cut, and Midwest Guy is going to make the cut. The only problem I have with this is going to go on my G-Man channel, and nobody knows who they are. So now I have to introduce the 3 of them to my main channel. And what I might do, Todd's a troublemaker. I really don't want Todd on my YouTube channel, but I think if I have the right people watching, I might invite Todd, Lubis, and Midwest Guy on here all at the same time, and actually play their raps and give them a little bit of promotion on the channel so that people can know who they are. The reason why is because I'm going to say certain things in Atheist Owned 4, and I want people to understand why I said it. Just like a lot of people on my channel didn't know who Billy the Fridge was until I introduced my audience to him. Just because you got a lot of subscribers, it doesn't mean that every community out there knows who you are. I didn't even know who the heck Billy was until I went on the Drunken Peasants. So I'm going to reintroduce some of these people to my main channel people. I'm going to be doing Atheist Owned 4, and then I'm going to do Atheist Pwned 2. And to be perfectly honest, I should probably change the name of that rap. That has nothing to do with pointing atheists on that one, but I don't know. But anyway, I'll be doing Atheist Pwned 2 when we do the, read your Bible and do what it says. I'm just going to be using new characters, because the people I was talking about back then, nobody really cares about them, or they're not making videos anymore, like Bottin and like tell you the I don't even remember half these people, actually, come to think about it. But we'll be bringing up totally different people up in these particular spots. They're only going to get like a verse. I'm not going to be giving them like 4 or 5 verses or whatever. They'll get a verse. And I only need to say one thing to Todd to get my point across. But and I'm just wondering how I should go about doing it. That's all. So yeah, that's the announcement that I made on my G-Man channel. Of course, it will talk about the G podcast too. Now, I want to talk about something on here for a moment. And I want to talk about these fake narratives that are being exposed on here. First and foremost, talking to the atheists out there that are figuring things out now, we don't agree at all on a lot of things. But we can agree, and we can notice when we're being lied to, especially when you hear both sides of the story. That's why it is imperative that you listen to both sides and then make a decision on whether or not the information that you're getting is actually true. And I'm just happy that a lot of people are starting to come to me saying that they don't believe or trust the information that is coming from certain YouTube channels anymore, because I've just shown, like, on multiple occasions, listen, you're lying. Your life is not as peachy and cozy as you make it sound out to be. You're not as smart as you make yourself out to be, because I can bring up topics that all of you care about, and you'll notice that they will struggle to talk about those things. Perfect example, when the Tatted Jedi went on Duckle's channel, he thought he was just going to come in here, make fun, but he forgets the audiences are different. I hate talking serious to certain people on here, because when I do that, they don't take advantage of what they have right now. The fact is that he went on Duckle's channel, the wrong channel, because a lot of you don't know this. Duckle's a Calvinist. He loves to debate. And he went on his YouTube channel and tried to make an atheist argument. He got blown out of the Pacific. Got absolutely destroyed. These people forget that we was part of the Great Debate. And that we was doing this almost every day on here, sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. You know what I mean? Looking for people to have these conversations. And he went on there with the comedic stuff. And that strategy don't work on everybody. You know what I mean? He went on his YouTube channel and he got humbled. It got so bad that even Todd had to come on there and say, no, Veckel was actually correct about what he's saying. That's how bad it was. But that's neither here nor there. Fact of the matter is, they're not as smart as everybody might think they are. They have a strategy, and it was a strategy that was working for a while. Okay? The strategy was this, and this is very old. This is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun, according to the scriptures. They were saying we should not talk about what we believe. We shouldn't defend what we believe. We need to keep the onus on the Christians and constantly bombard them and try not to own nothing themselves. And it was working in the beginning. A lot of people was looking at me. I had Christians turning against me. I'm dead serious. There were Christians turning against me. There was a lot of them saying, G-Man, I love you and whatnot, but I think they got a point. And, I would get mad and I say, why didn't you come to me and get my side of the story or whatever? And then what I would do is I would take what they say, I'll put it on YouTube. And then what I'll do is I'll show people what really happened. They'll be like, wait a minute. That ain't what he told me happened. And if you do that enough times, people will begin to see that you got a group of liars out there. It's not difficult to do. Okay. But they create these narratives saying that this person's a joke, right? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. They go out there and they say G-Man's a joke. Let's just say that, because this is something they did all last year. They said that G-Man's a joke. No one should take him serious. This is what they said. G-Man's a joke and no one should take him serious. Nobody cares what you think. But at the same time, they're all watching me and they're all commenting on my channels and they're all talking about me on their platforms. And they're doing this every single day. I'm 46 years old. And I can tell you straight up, I caught this early. I'm like, wait a minute, they're calling me a joke, but everybody's watching me. A joke is somebody who nobody watches. No one pays attention to, no one reacts to, no one cares about what that person has to say. I'm gonna tell you who a joke is. There's a YouTuber by the name of what the heck is that guy named who used to be relevant in this community? Just to show how much of a joke he is. He was a Spanish guy. I forget his name. Glute. His name was Glute. He made one disrespectful video about me regarding the slavery argument that I was making. And after that, I never mentioned him again. And this was during the Great Debate days. The other Christians didn't make another video about him. Everybody forgot he existed. And by the way, if you don't know who Glute is the owner, I believe, of the channel Fundy Archive. You don't see his face making videos. What he does is he takes other people's videos and they make archives now, which we're going to get to that a little bit later in the video. But the point of the matter is that the guy's a joke. If you ever heard the guy make an argument or ever saw him try to have a conversation with somebody on the serious level, you'll understand why I said it. No one pays attention to him. He can say whatever offensive thing he wants about people. No one reacts. No one cares. No one's talking about it. That's when you're a joke. In other words, you can't. Last year when they were saying that G-Man's a joke, G-Man's a joke, G-Man's a joke, G-Man's a joke, nobody listens to him. Yet all these Christians, G-Man, we love you. G-Man, we love your content. G-Man, this, and the other. And even atheists are inviting me on their YouTube channels, like Cheshire Vic. Steve McRae wants me on his when they get it back, the non sequitur show. And I have other atheists. The drunken peasants are constantly trying to invite me. And there's other people on here that are trying to get me on their show. Okay. And yet the narrative that they were selling everybody was, nobody cares about G-Man. No one, he's a joke. Nobody goes to his YouTube channel. And I crushed that nonsense last year. Because when I'm not being lazy, and when I do want to send out emails asking people to come on and talk about a particular topic, there was literally a waiting list, even on my GTV channel, where people had to try to get on my YouTube channel. And after a little while, I had to start kicking people out so other people can get in. You can't, like these narratives. Oh, my goodness gracious. 1 second, guys. Let me mute. Anyway, so what was I saying? 1 second, guys. Hold on. Oh, my mia, man. This is why I go outside. And this is why I should have probably did this outside. So anyway, yeah, so they were making all these narratives that I'm a joke, and I proved that I'm not. I did my pre-trials, for example, and even Alex, Fat Fit and Geeky. So many people in this community was getting offended by what I was doing with the pre-trials that they felt like they had to make a YouTube video and talk about it. Alex tried to do a narrative saying that I was a joke by not putting no effort into a rap, and he regretted it because I absolutely demolished him. Okay, and even the atheists were saying, "No, G-Man won this one hands down," and they wasn't being sarcastic. Like, they gave reasons on why the guy lost. Like nobody understood what he was trying to say. All you heard was irate is what his name, blah, 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 blah. I can beat you in about the, and that's really the only thing that he really said. And I didn't even want to do it. He actually got on my case for me not wanting to do it. So I did it and I taught him a lesson. You know, this narrative that I'm a joke never really, it caught some momentum in the beginning, but then it died out. When someone's a joke, no one cares what you have to say. If I was a joke, and this is why I love about the whole GTV situation, what proved I wasn't a joke, what proved it wasn't the fact that Erica came on the channel. It wasn't the fact that I was going to get Ken Hovind. It wasn't the fact that all these other people. What proved that GTV wasn't a joke, what proved it was the flagging down of GTV. That was proof I was not a joke. That was the proof that I wasn't a joke. Every single time somebody gets angry, reacts to something, you validate what I'm doing. When you feel the need to want to debate me on a particular, it validates what I'm doing. You cannot keep a fake narrative that G-Man's a joke and you want to debate me and you want to have conversations with me and just stop it. And that's not the only fake narrative. Remember the other narrative that I destroyed earlier this year? I thought it was going to take a whole year. It only took a couple of visits to some people's channels, and I'm still available. Some people were saying that G-Man didn't want to go on other people's YouTube channels. That he was scared, and G-Man wanted to be in control. And if he wasn't in control, then he wouldn't go on their YouTube channels. And they forget. Well, actually, let me be fair. The ones that know me versus the ones who just got to know me. The ones who know me knows better, but the ones who just started watching me don't understand that I built my YouTube career by going to other people's YouTube channels, constantly talking about my YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, it got so annoying that people were saying, G-Man, why don't you stop talking about your channel? People would go over there and sub. Atheists would say I got destroyed in the room. Meanwhile, 50 atheists are coming to sub to my channel because I went to other people's YouTube channels. I understand the value of going to other people's channels. Yeah, they're going to gain subscribers. Yeah, they're going to gain views. Yeah, they're going to get this. They're going to get that. They may even make me look bad. But people will know who G-Man is. And it's important because if you don't got people talking about you, you have to pay people. You have to pay people for advertising. I used to have to give people $100 to advertise on my YouTube channel. I don't have to advertise no more. I get all the free advertising I could ever dream of on here. And now I'm in communities I ain't really got no business being in. And whether it's negative or positive, the fact of the matter is that I got the advertising. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, give me a second here, guys. Hold on. Anyway, so let me sit over here. Maybe you guys can hear what's over here. Let me sit over here. Here's what's sit over here. This is ridiculous. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, this narrative that I'm afraid to go to people's YouTube channels. Not only will I go to somebody's YouTube channel, I am more than willing to go to anybody's YouTube channel that wants to have a serious talk with me. That's really the only thing. It has to be worth my time. I'll come to your YouTube channel if you want to talk about something that is worth coming to your YouTube channel for. Right? There are some people that want me to come on there just so they can laugh. If you want to laugh, what do you need me there for? Why do you need me to be there if you want to laugh? You can laugh all by yourself. I'm pretty sure. Go find a video and go laugh at it. I'm sure somebody will care about it because I don't. But I'll gladly take the free advertising without giving you a cent. Gladly. But and yes, there is some psychology involved in it, because what it is me turning a negative into a positive. How many of you guys see all the negative thumbnails about me? My face being all down, eyes being red. You guys do understand I'm going to be using those thumbnails in my future raps, right? I do it all the time. When it's appropriate, I will use those thumbnails, and I'll be protected by fair use when I do it. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, unless they're copywritten in YouTube, the good thing about YouTube is when you upload a video, they will quick to tell you what's copywritten and what isn't. That's why I try to have nothing behind me now. But the bottom line is that I'm more than willing to go to people's YouTube channels, and people don't believe them no more when they come out and they say that G-Man's afraid to go to their channels. But I'm not stupid. I'm not going on somebody's channel for the sake of going on their channel. You must contact me, invite me, let me know what we're going to be talking about, And if I think it's worth it, I'll come on the channel. And that's it. And sometimes I'll require another Christian to be there depending on the channel. My mother didn't raise a fool. You know what I mean? So there's gonna have to be something in it for me. There ain't never gonna be this everything's in your favor and then I must come to your YouTube channel. You can get that fake childish attitude out of here because it ain't gonna work. But that was another fake narrative. So I'm not a joke, and I'm more than willing to go to other people's YouTube channels. The new narrative is now that everybody's trying to say that I'm not a Christian, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving it. You want to know why? When I hear the kind of people that are saying that I'm not a Christian, particularly atheists, when they say this, you know what the first thing that's going through my head actually for a change? No true Scotsman fallacy. That's what actually going through my head. It's like, wait a minute, aren't you guys the ones who say that you got to believe every claim that comes out of somebody's mouth? Very interesting. Maybe we should revisit some things that you guys have said in the past. You know what I mean? So it doesn't bother me when you guys say I'm not a Christian. All I got to do is ask you to define it, ask you how a person becomes a Christian, how a Christian is supposed to behave. You know what I mean? Ask you slavery within Christianity, what is all, and you're going to get exposed and nobody going to take you seriously. I run to those shows where they say that G-Man's not a Christian. I love having those conversations. Very confrontational. I don't have a problem with that. I wish other Christians was like that, where somebody came out there and said, I'm not a Christian, that they was equipped enough to be able to stand up on their own 2 feet. Because I can. And I've been doing it for a long time with much smarter people than what's dealing with me now. Okay. And that's something else that I want to deal with. There's a lot of college educated people in this community that are smart. They're good at science, or they might be good at engineering, or they might be good at some particular field or whatever on here. And I think they let this college stuff get to their heads. They forget that not everybody believes that college is the way to go. I've talked about this on GTV, on my main channel. I talked about this on y'all's channel sometimes. I do not believe that college is for everybody, and I believe that college is a scam a lot of times. There's a lot of people who graduate and they can't get jobs. I believe in trades, learning how to work with your hands. I believe in working with your hands, because if you learn a trade, no one can take that from you. If you can be a carpenter, you will have that for the rest of your life. Somebody is always going to need something fixed in their home, and I can go do that. You know what I mean? I can go repair a floor. I can repair a wall. I can put a frame up. I can go do those things. I can put a deck up. I can do those kind of things. I can also I can do a lot of things that a college educated person can't do. You understand? So just because you're going to college, it doesn't give you the right to come on here and think you're smarter than everybody, because you're going to get surprised. Quick story. I believe the scientist Sam is a college graduate. I think he's a scientist, so I assume he graduated from something. I remember going into JD Kane's talking. I call it talking stupidity. He calls it talking cuss word Tuesdays. Okay. But I remember going into JD Kane's room, and we was having a conversation. I think it was JD Kane. And we was having, it was JD Kane. It was me, Tommy Hall, and Neff, and some other people versus some other atheists or whatever. And we were all talking about cancer, and we were talking about alternative health. And they've never heard me talk about it before. And scientist Sam started talking about it. And I was like, well, that's not necessarily true. And then I said something, and he had no choice but to agree with me, because they didn't know that I knew things about that, because they keep buying into this narrative that we as Christians, we're stupid, or I'm stupid, and I have no education, and I don't know anything. I'm a lot smarter than people give me credit for. And it's high time that you guys admitted that, because a lot of you out there have watched me thrash some of these so-called college educated people in here who are book smart, but don't know nothing about the streets and don't know nothing about everyday life at all. You understand what I'm saying? So I've destroyed them in a debate in evolution on multiple occasions, abiogenesis on multiple occasions, various topics on the Bible on multiple times, on history on multiple occasions. You know, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. When I was in the great debate, I was doing this every day for almost 8 hours a show sometimes. You know what I mean? So just because a person is college educated doesn't mean that they're going to walk in here and they're going to wipe the floor with everybody. You want to see proof of this? Go look at the Non Sequitur show. It would be Steve McRae, it would be Kyle, and then it would be some other expert that would be in the room, and then they would talk about things. And you got 3 persons versus 1. Steve McRae would specialize in engineering. You got another person who's really good at biology, and another person who's good at Bible, this, that, or whatever. And they all try to jump one person. And then when they lose, it goes to show that the Christian is a lot more equipped than they really thought at the end of the day. But a lot of you don't care about that, and a lot of you will not look into those kind of things. But some of you will, and some of you have seen it, and a lot of you know that these people are lying to you when they say that I'm dumb. You understand what I'm saying? There is these ridiculous narratives on here that I'm on YouTube for views and subscribers. I don't know how many of you saw my my YouTube short today. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. It's only 15 seconds long. And in the video, what I said was, views will show people how many people are watching you. Subscribers will show you how many people want to continue to see you over and over and over again, potentially. But the reality is, it's always 30% of what you actually have. You want to keep it real. But changing people's lives is the best measuring rod for what you're doing. Now, if you're not on here to change people's lives, and discontinue, don't disregard everything I said about that. But I'm talking about if as a Christian, if I want to come on here and I want to see people get saved and I see it happening, I'm not wasting my time. It's great that you got subs. It's great that people were watching, but if nobody gets saved, what am I really doing on here? It's a waste of time. You'll notice there's no super chat button on none of my channels. There's no monetization. You want to know why? That's not my motive for being on here. I don't care if you tip or don't tip or whatever. I got something to say. Whoever wants to listen can hear it. And whoever don't, then you can go. It's a free world. That's a great thing about having all these other different YouTube channels. When I watch YouTube, you know what I watch now? Before, I used to go to everybody's channels and keep tabs on what everybody's doing. You know what I do now? I'm learning about orcas. I'm learning about whales. I'm learning about various different animals. I'm getting even better in my understanding of cancer. And I'm actually refining what I already know or adding to what I already know. That's what I'm doing with my time. I am not wasting my time worrying about what somebody else is doing on their YouTube channel somewhere. I don't have to, because I realize after listening to them for years, they don't got jack going on. Because if they did have something going on, they wouldn't be on here. Some people on here saying that they're doing this part-time, for example. You ain't doing this part-time. I'm barely on YouTube anymore. I'm doing this part-time and gonna love enjoying watching what happens when I do this part-time, as opposed to watching people do this full-time and understanding how hard it is to make content every single day. And when people aren't buying into their traps no more, and this is something else that they do, they get on here and they lie and say G-Man is this rage-filled, angry person. And I want to deal with that. I want to deal with that for a moment. They get on here and they say G-Man is a rage-filled, angry person, right? And they go on their YouTube channels and they'll talk about it for like hours and hours and hours. At least this is what they did last year, right? There were various different channels, the Geek Room, Miss Parker, Irate Alex, Fat Fit. There's a whole bunch of people in here doing that, right? What you guys don't know is that these people are emailing me things. They're paying trolls to come to me, say and do things to get me to react a certain way so that they can pretend like they didn't have nothing to do with it. And they go on their YouTube channels and they talk about it and say, see, he's filled with rage and everything and whatnot. It's not difficult for me to get my phone and say, because Vecco will call me up like, G-Man, what the heck was that all about? Oh, I didn't know, G-Man. Wow, they said that to you? Yep. And look what else they said. Instant immunity. Nobody cares about what they got to say no more, because now they know that people are getting paid to get people to react a certain way. You understand? When I really started understanding this, I believe that the Holy Spirit started counseling me, saying that I need to stop acknowledging them. They can acknowledge me. That's why I made the video when I said, acknowledge me. And that's what I'm saying. I'm taking that Roman Reigns thingy from WWE and I'm saying, acknowledge me. But I'm not going to return the favor. Talk about me. I'm not going to return the favor. Make all the money you want off of talking about me, but just know this. Everyone knows that's the only reason you're relevant on here. Because of me. You want to know if you made it on YouTube? You want to know when you really, really made it? It's when you can talk about yourself for 12 hours straight and people are still watching. And they don't get bored. We all know that they got to talk about somebody else to remain relevant on here. I don't have to do that. See, psychologically speaking, people will look at everything that's happened over the last couple of years and believe that they hold all the cards. I don't hold nothing. I hold all the cards as far as I'm concerned, especially with the way I look at things. I have a lot of stuff on here I have not used yet. I haven't shown anybody anything that I got. Believe it or not, I haven't shown GP, the damaging text messages and all the things that I have a lot of stuff on here that nobody's ever seen. You know what I mean? And I'm going to make sure I'm the only person that sees these things. I'm not showing Shanny. I'm not showing Rev. I'm not going to show GP. I'm not going to show Veckel. I'm not going to show Evangelist Ken. I'm not going to show some girl that might come to me and claim that she's interested, but it's really an atheist playing games and whatnot. I'm not showing nobody what I got until the time is appropriate. And that's it. But the bottom line is that these people don't hold the cards. And if you don't know by now that these people are paying trolls to get us to react a certain way so that they can have content on their YouTube channels, you will never know this. A lot of the people that are subbed to this channel knows this about them. That's why they leave all the negative comments, because they're the supporters of these people. You understand what I mean? So, and one of my personal favorite ones that they do talk. As a matter of fact, let's stick with the rage and anger thing and whatnot. But that's why you see me made the YouTube video where I got mad, because these people came on my property and they did damage on my property. They went on my property and they did damage on my property. And I'm supposed to be happy about that? No. I know people who live in that same town who will absolutely, positively do far worse and say far worse than what I said. You understand what I'm saying? That is a legal issue at this particular point. Like I said, I called the police in that area, and now they got cars that patrol the area now, because that particular area is where a lot of influential people live. You can't have that kind of stuff happening. I'm going to find out what really happened, and I'm going to find out who did what when I go back over there. That is a promise. But of course I'm going to get mad about that. That's why I don't care about people calling the police. People act like the police is the bee's knees of everything, or the police is the end all be all of everything. No, they're not. The judge is. And when you present all of your evidence to a judge and you show the judge everything that's going on, the judge is the one that I fear, not the police. The police is not the ones I fear, not the sheriff's department, not the police, not the agencies for this, that, and the other. I fear the judge. And I fear what a person can present in court. You know what I mean? So, no, I mean, yes, I have a temper. I'll put it to you that way. But it's not in the same way, the way other people are talking about it. The fact of the matter is that there is a such thing as being worldly angry and being righteously angry. Okay, Jesus was righteously angry. The money changers went into the temple and they was going over there stealing money from people, and they were doing it in the temple of God. It was supposed to be a house of prayer. And Jesus got some cords together, made a whip out of it, and drove them people out of there. He was angry. He was righteously angry. There's nothing sinful about that. Okay, I believe I was being sinful when I said a couple of things. There was no need for me to use certain adjectives for certain people. But the fact of the matter is that deep down inside, that's truly how I feel about certain YouTubers on here. You know what I mean? I don't look at them as being smart people, influential people that benefit our society or benefit this the YouTubes or whatever. I look at them as being more like I don't know how to put it, being like just troublemakers, the people that need to be handled a certain way. You know what I mean? I don't know another way to say it. But the point of the matter is that this is how I feel. And I would have told the police the same thing, and they would agree with me. And the only reason I know this, the only reason I'm confident about this, because a lot of you got to remember what happened the first time I lived in that house. The police was coming in all the time. For those of you who didn't know, Shanny was calling the police on me all the time. The sheriff department came there, and I showed them what was going on YouTube. Oh, we're just doing our jobs. We had to come over. And we got our laugh on. You understand what I'm saying? Just like I know if the police gets involved in this, we're going to get our laugh on. I'm not stupid. I'm a black man living in the United States. I think I know a thing or two about the law. All right. The fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, if you're paying trolls to do certain things, and then they do it, you're going to get a response that you're not going to like, depending on what they did. So no, I'm not this rage-filled person. Tell them to leave me alone and then find one video with me acting that way. Find one video with me acting that way without them actually trolling me or trying to get me to act a certain way. You understand what I mean? And if you think I don't have videos on them behaving that way, you're crazy. I just haven't played my cards yet. You're absolutely crazy if you think I don't have rage-filled videos with these guys. Because I sure do. I have a whole bunch of them. I have a whole bunch of stuff on this archive thingy, especially back in the Great Debate days. You want to talk about out of character? Give me a break. I can show you a ton of times that these people were showing their true colors back in the Great Debate days while claiming Christianity was the problem. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, a lot of people are starting to recognize this and understand this. And I'm like, how many more of these fake narratives do I need to destroy before people start acknowledging me in a different way? Because we already know that they're going to acknowledge me. Somebody's going to respond to this video. Let's just face it. Somebody's probably responding to it right now. I don't know because I don't look at the live chat no more. But the bottom line is that I'm going to be acknowledged. I'm going to be advertised. I'm going to be made important on somebody else's platform. And they're going to contradict themselves. He's a joke. He's a lol's cow. He's this. But they're constantly talking about me, which makes me the most important person in their life. Period. And I'm not flattering myself. I'm just speaking reality. When I worship Jesus, I say, Jesus, you are, okay, you're a loving, caring, merciful God who cares about humanity. And I say all of these wonderful things about him, how he's holy. I say hallelujah. And I say all these wonderful things, and I worship him. And I make him number one. When somebody's constantly talking about you over and over and over again, and there is no end in sight, what do you think they're doing? They're acknowledging the fact that I'm more important than anything else that's going on in their life. Period. Now, the final narrative that I'm going to enjoy destroying for 2022, unless a new one pops up, and that's this idea that I'm afraid of people. Let me tell you something, and I mean this. I have $100 in Bitcoin right now. I will give it to the person who can prove that there's an atheist on here that I fear. Now, mind you, listen, or that I'm afraid of. Not that I fear. Fear and being afraid are two different things. Fear has to do with respect. As far as being afraid, like I would never deal with them if the time came or whatever. Can somebody do me a favor and name that atheist? Because if you can do that and you can give hard, tough proof for it, I'll give you the money right now. One. And by the way, you can't use nobody in the reaction community because as far as I'm concerned, they have all been destroyed. Either with me going into their rooms or them coming into my rooms or in a flat out debate. I'm still waiting for Ms. Parker to gear up for our evolutionary debate. Remember that challenge she accepted? Yes, she doesn't even know what natural selection is. She doesn't even know what speciation is. And she wants to debate me. You understand what I mean? So again, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. This is the woman that says that somebody who gets violated shouldn't go to jail, and she wants to debate me. Come on now, stop it. Stop it. I'm not afraid of nobody on here. Now there are people on here I respect. Most of them are in the Christian community, and I would say that there's probably one atheist on here that I believe that every Christian should prepare for before they debate him. I'm going to name who it is last. But the Christians on here that I have a healthy amount of respect for, if I'm going to debate them, one of them is Veckel. How you doing, brother? If you're watching, I'm not looking at the live chat. Another one is Matt Slick. I always get nervous when I got to have a disagreement with him. It just depends on what the topic is, because if I know I'm 100% right, I will come at him, and I will come at him hard. So Veckel, Matt Slick, I have a ton of respect for those guys. Let me see something here. As much as I hate to admit this, faithful to God in terms of Bible knowledge. I think faithful's wrong in a lot of ways when we talk about certain things, but the brother knows his stuff. Let me see. Evangelist Ken, and he knows why, because Evangelist Ken's been saved longer than me. Evangelist Ken can dig a lot deeper into the scripture than I can. I always give him that. I say, you know, if you want to get into the real deep stuff, I say, go to his channel. He'll bore you to tears of all the details, little minute details he'll give you. Shout out to Evangelist Ken. I love you, brother. I have a lot of healthy respect for him. As far as atheists on here, there's only one atheist on here that makes me want to prepare before I have a conversation with them. And this is an atheist from back in the Great Debate days. And that is an atheist by the name of My Context. I don't even know if the guy's alive anymore. He left a comment on my channel 2 years ago. So I don't even know if he's alive anymore, but his name is My Context. I had a great conversation with him in private. The guy is no dummy. He's good at having conversations about things, a lot better than the people that I talk to now. No, actually, there's two of them. No. There's two of them. One of them is My Context. And by the way, if you don't know who he is, he's a black man just like me, extremely intelligent, and he knows how to disagree with you in a very respectful way. He's an atheist, and a very smart guy. I give him that. I tell him that every time I make my video. So, dude, you know, you're the only person on here I feel like I need to really prepare for. I would prepare harder for him than I would for Matt Dillahunty. And the respect and the fear that I had for Matt Dillahunty is gone. I don't have it no more. I've listened to this man debate over and over and over again, and he's getting kind of weak. He's not even he's not even he's not the intimidating force he used to be when I first got on YouTube. He really isn't. And I've talked to him. And for proof that I have a conversation with Matt Dillahunty on multiple occasions.
Your definition of true Christian is someone who is actually saved and redeemed by a risen Christ. Then I fully admit that I was not a true Christian. G-Man. I need to read your Bible and do what it says.
I called the atheist experience on 3 different times. 2 of the times that I called was about slavery. I attempted to talk to him about the proof of God. He decided to turn it to a joke. He didn't want to have a serious conversation about it. So the bottom line is, at the end of the day, I just don't got that respect for Matt Dillahunty no more. I believe that if I debated him on slavery, I would be the guy that would retire him on the topic. I wouldn't beat him. Beating him is being nice. I will retire him on the topic of slavery in the Bible. That is my claim. And if I don't do that, I need to smack myself in the face and stand in this corner and be ashamed of myself if I don't do it. Because that's how horrible he is at debating slavery in the Bible. Dr. Josh is more competition, and I don't even fear him. I believe I'll smash Dr. Josh in an aggressive debate on the topic of slavery in the Bible. The only problem is Dr. Josh is a very nice guy, and he's knowledgeable. He acknowledges things that a lot of you don't, because a lot of you don't know the information. But I respect my Context and Erica. Erica, what's the channel called? Gut Sick Gibbon. By the way, subscribe to her YouTube channel if you're an atheist. I think you would love her input on evolution. Maybe you might learn something about debating. Her channel was called Gut Sick Gibbon. And she's the only person I've ever debated on evolution to whom I know I better go prepare for. The only person. I wouldn't prepare myself. If Aaron Rock came here, I wouldn't even get up and get my notes. For what? Get my notes for what? Aaron Rock can't spell debate unless I actually know how to debate. So I probably have more respect for Aaron Raw when it comes to him talking about religion than I do with him talking about evolution. It just is what it is. Aaron Raw is not what he used to be. And I think, and honestly, if you want me to be perfectly honest, I think the only reason I was really afraid of Aaron, honestly, is because of true empiricism, constantly talking about him all the time, talking about things I didn't understand back then. So that's the only reason I even had any real respect for him. And True always told me, don't worry about Aaron, worry about Thunderfoot, because Aaron was small change compared to Thunderfoot. Thunderfoot is one of those guys who you know, if you're going to talk to him, you got to go prepared. But I don't even respect him the way I respect Erica and I respect my context. Like I said, if you never heard my context have a conversation with nobody, you'll never understand what I'm talking about. Ozzy Mendez, I don't have a fearful respect for him, but he's a nice guy. I'll put it to you that way. He's nicer than others. But aside from that, who the heck am I afraid of here on YouTube that's an atheist? That's what I want to know. Who exactly am I afraid of on YouTube that's an atheist? Name one. Name one person. Name one person on here that I'm afraid of that's an atheist in debating on a particular topic. There ain't nobody on here I'm afraid of. If I haven't already crushed them, I probably crushed them in the video response already. Or already did it when I was in the room with them. You'd be surprised how many. And don't give me these reaction morons. Like I said, been there, done that, destroyed them. Their funeral home is over there. Their headstones is over there. And we're about to, put them back underground again after we do the autopsy. Like I said, they're done. They can't stand toe to toe with me in no serious intellectual conversation about no evolution or no abiogenesis or anything like that. Okay, a lot of them think I don't understand abiogenesis. I don't understand what the arguments are. I don't understand what the ins and outs are. But I do understand what the ins and outs are. I proved it in a Skype call that I have recorded. Hint, hint. You know what I mean? And they even had to acknowledge me on this particular topic. Now, why am I talking about all of this? Because I want to talk about the undisputed truth that cannot be refuted, truth that cannot be proven wrong or anything like that. At the end of the day, ladies and gents, if you want to be fair, if you want to be 100% fair, I am one of the most respected debating Christians on YouTube amongst you. See, one moment out of your out of your mouth, you'll say things like, G-Man's a joke. Why waste your time with him? And then you'll beat me in a debate and literally will go on your YouTube channel and go, throw a big party as if you actually accomplished something. Why are you throwing a party because you beat a joke? If I beat on a Raw, I wouldn't even make an after show. For what? For what? What? This guy hasn't. Let's keep it real here for a moment, shall we? On Raw has never beaten nobody in a debate on here. Let's just keep it real. I think he does a good job when he has to explain the science to people. He is not good at counterpoints. A lot of people in here that are good at explaining the science, but is not good at dealing with the criticisms that they say on here. There are some people that are really good on here, like Erica. That's why you need people like Standing for Truth and Nephilim Free, and you need people like that who have a whole lot more knowledge than I do to deal with her, because they're getting exposed by Standing for Truth, whether people want to acknowledge that or not. If these people were so smart, we would see them debating people in my community and absolutely pulverizing them. It won't happen. It will never happen. And the reason why it will never, ever, 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 ever happen, because you guys know, like I do, that people are getting away from evolution. They're getting away from Darwinian evolution, and people are starting to get hooked to intelligent design. Intelligent design is about to take over completely. It's getting ready to take over because all of your arguments have been smashed. That's why you guys hide behind this argument saying that you only debate your equals, everyone else you teach. If that's true, you have no business debating me on the Bible, since most of the atheists watching this don't know it. They don't know what the book of Genesis is about. They don't know what a metaphor is. They don't know what a metaphor is. They don't know what to take literally. They don't know nothing about the book of Genesis. All they know is what evilbible.com told them, or what God know is, or the God delusion told them. They never actually read the Bible for themselves to understand the ins and out about it. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is that whether you guys want to admit it or not, the reason why you don't debate me is because I am respected, and you know what's going to happen if you debate me and you don't come prepared. You know what's going to happen. The evidence is all over the place. And what's actually funny about this, a lot of it's on y'all's channel. It's on y'all's YouTube channel. I don't even send people to my channel no more. A lot of them videos are in private. I send people to y'all's YouTube channels now so they can watch what happens. That's what I do. I send people to Fund the Archive. No, not Fund the Archive. My bad. I send people to Redline's channel. I send people to the Debate Coliseum. I don't remember half these people. Botton's channel, especially. I'm actually going to do a private watch party when we do Fundamentally Flawed. And let people see what happened to poor Botton during that show with me and Matt Bell. If you guys have never seen it, just watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a fake narrative going around saying that these knuckleheads don't respect me. Oh, they respect me. That's why they're carrying on and acting the way they're acting, because of what I said. Because if they didn't respect me, they wouldn't be doing that. You understand what I mean? They're validating me. I'm not stupid. I studied marketing for 6 years. I know exactly what I'm doing. when you guys put this up on your channels, oh my God, I say, oh, who cares? All they're doing is promoting my brand. That's all they're doing at the end of the day. Okay, so I don't make no money on it. But then again, when have I ever made any money on here? Let's just keep it real for a moment. It's all how you perceive things and how you act on things. Turning a negative into a positive. If GTV went down, I guess I am relevant in this community. I guess people was listening to what I had to say. I guess people was being affected by what I had to say. Just like when the eventual Shanny Needs Love channel goes down, because we all know that's what you guys are trying to do. You're going to make her relevant. You're going to prove that she's putting her fingerprint on this community. You understand what I mean? People, I got these people busting their backside. So this is going on my channel. Yeah, I've been noticing the trend now. What they're doing to people, like what they did to Foodie Beauty, what they did to GTV, what they did to Shanny, is what they're doing is that they're flagging down people's channels. They're taking older videos and putting it on their archive channels, pretending to be somebody else. And there's a big reason why I'm not saying nothing about it. And I'm gonna stay quiet about it. It's a wonderful thing when you learn about the law, buddy. It is a wonderful thing when you learn about it. So, but that's what they're doing. They're flagging down people's YouTube channels. They're taking their content and they're putting it on their YouTube channels. The reason why I delete a video on here is because I want to get some things off my chest. I say the things that I say, and then I'm like, I don't need to keep this up. Let me just eliminate the video. Then they say, oh, let's look at the video that was deleted. And okay, so thank you for re-putting it up on your YouTube channel. Now I know where to send people when I want people to hear what I actually said. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Again, if you knew anything about marketing, and I use this example, and I'm going to keep using this example until I burn it in your brains. My old professor in physics used to say this to me. You're going to get this even if I have to burn it in your brain. And this is what I'm going to try to do regarding a lot of you. I'm going to try to get you guys to have this burned into your brain. I'm going to try to get this done. And the thing is this, ladies and gents. The thing is this, okay? It doesn't matter if it's good press. It doesn't matter if it's negative press. The bottom line is, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, you need people to talk about you. If nobody's talking about you, let me tell you something. Why do you think people like Fat, Fit, and Geeky, people like Ira Alex know anything about me? I didn't know who the heck these people were. You want to know why you know about me? Because Shanny kept talking about me. And you want to know what? There were people talking about Shanny. Boom, instant publicity. Now I got all these other channels that didn't know nothing about me who know about me now. That's how you grow. That is how you grow and protect your brand. That is how you do it. The worst thing that can happen to a YouTuber is when nobody's talking about you. And if you don't believe me, go look at Brett Keane. Go look at some of these YouTubers. Go look at Brett Keane. Look at Alex Botton. Alex Botton used to be the most feared atheist in this community. Nobody dare talk about Botton. Go look at his channel now. Nobody watches him. Nobody cares about what he's got to say no more. There's a whole bunch of people like that in this community now. You understand what I mean? Because nobody's talking about them now. You understand? But now that you got all these people these reaction people, believe it or not, if you use them properly, we can really get our brand out there by getting, because they're finding people who they're assuming they can hurt and then they can run away or whatever and delete their channels or whatever. No, that's just going to make them more popular. What happened to so-and-so? Oh my God, Then when you come back, you get more and 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 you get more. They don't know nothing. They don't know the first thing about marketing. They really don't. There's a reason why WWE does not say the words AEW on their show. Because if they do that, the WWE audience will go to AEW and AEW ratings will go up. These views in the world of marketers is called ratings. The more live viewers you get, for example, means that you can get advertisers to watch your channel. The only problem is for the reaction folk, they're never going to get advertisers. You want to know why? Because the moment people start saying, wait a minute, do I really want my ketchup or my t-shirts or Nike or whatever affiliated with what these people are doing? Like, I'm not stupid. I understand this. You understand? They don't, because they don't know what they're doing. And I know I'm impacting them because when I do take a peek at their channels, they're making little tweaks. They're making little changes. And it's because of what I'm saying and because of what I'm doing and how I'm going about doing it. No one's going to be predicting when I'm going to make a video in here no more. No one's going to be talking about when G-Man is going to make a video and what G-Man is going to talk about no more. I will make a video when I get time. I will get on here and talk about the things that I care about. I don't care about the rumors and the gossip no more. And the beautiful thing is, the Christian community doesn't care either. And that's what that was my main number one concern. What does the Christian community care about? What they got to say? And all of them are telling me, oh, we know they're lying, G-Man. That takes a load off my back. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they think? And that is vital to the health of a ministry here on YouTube. And yes, people can say I'm not a ministry all they want. The fact of the matter is that I get on here, I say what needs to be said, and I think I do it. I think I do it in a way where other Christians wish, because Veckles told me this on multiple times, and True and several other people, they said that they're not that kind of person and that they can't say it the way I do it. So the same way I need a Veckel on YouTube who can exegete the snot out of predestination or something like that. It's the same way YouTube needs somebody to tell it like it is, no fake, no being fake, no acting, no pretending, and just talk about a topic and just lay it all out. It keeps the attention of people. And that's why I believe that God is using me. God is using me to be aggressive against a lot of these false teachings and false narratives and these false things that's going on out there. If I don't do it on here, I'm going to do it somewhere else. I'm going to go out there in the street. I'm even now thinking about starting, instead of dealing with the Hebrew Israelites, go out there and do street evangelism and record it. Kind of like Christ Forgiveness YouTube channel. Go out there and stand on the corner and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Because honestly, I really miss doing that. This YouTube thing, I've been doing this for 12 years. And I have not been doing the street evangelism as often as I want to. And I'm telling you, thanks to all of the negativity, God is going to now use me in a different way. I'm going to go back outside, man, and do some evangelism. And you know, I've never been to a pride parade and preached at a pride parade. Oh, you better believe I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do it this year. I'm definitely going to do it this year. And I'm going to have that on camera when I do it too. Except it's not going to be on YouTube. I might put it on Rumble or something like that, because a video with the things that I'm going to say won't last 3 minutes. It ain't going to last 3 minutes. So, yeah, I definitely would like to do that. And I want to go to some different states. I have every intention on going live on some different states, not Philadelphia. You guys have seen that a million times, but whether you know it or not, you have seen it, and I mean a lot in Philadelphia. You guys just don't know, and I mean a lot. and for those of you in the know, you have seen me do this in Maryland, and you didn't know that I was in Maryland when I was doing videos. In the same way, you're not going to know that I'm in other states until I reveal where I'm at. You understand what I'm saying? So, and again, I have nothing to do with that noise that's going on out there. You know what I mean? They got company in there, and so I definitely want to go do that, go state to state and start preaching the gospel again. Do the things I love doing on here, because I honestly don't care what people got to say on here. Somebody's eventually gonna make a video and say I ate a baby or something like that. Or they're gonna get on here and say that I jumped off the Empire State Building with a backflip and then superplex somebody off of it. Some stupid nonsense is gonna come out. Everybody's like, G-Man, you gotta let them say that. Who cares? It's free advertising. Let them say what they want. I don't have to pay them. That's the beautiful thing about it. Like I said, I used to have to say, give me $50 to mention my YouTube channel, $25 to mention my YouTube channel. Can I come on your channel just to give myself a shout out? Okay, thank you. You know what I mean? I don't got to do that no more. Nobody has to do that no more. The reaction channels have changed the game now. I ain't paying nobody to do nothing. Not when I got all this free advertising. I hope they get like 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 100,000, 1 million subscribers, because a lot of them are coming my way. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When they become bigger than me, when these people start getting 13, 25, why do you think the drunken peasants don't talk about me that often no more? Why do you think some of the bigger channels don't even mention me no more? They're smart. I'm watching these smaller channels get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm the one who's going to benefit long term. Doesn't matter how many live viewers I got now. It matters how many live viewers I'm going to have 10 years from now. That's how I look at it, man. And if you guys have the same attitude, you wouldn't be focusing on me. You'll be trying to get on the drunken peasants, which I still have yet to see you guys go on. You know what I mean? And go talk to the amazing atheist or something like that. I'm sure he'll endorse your work. Or Matt Dillahunty will endorse your work. Or one of these people in here who's actually respected will endorse your work. It will never happen, though, I think. That rap that you guys saw in the beginning of this video is a great example of what I'm talking about. Billy the Fridge insisted that I rap against him. I wanted Paul's ego. He wanted to take Paul's ego's place. I didn't know who the guy was. He decided to make a rap. Okay, I'll be on here next week. That never happened. And then I went in and did some research about the guy. I was like, wow, he did all of this? He ran around butt naked? This is going to be easy. And you saw the difference between the guy who walks around with a chain and a donut around his neck versus a guy with real skill. You know what I mean? Billy the Fridge, don't take it personal, but you have yet to make a video to make a rap battle response. And that excuse that you gave Billy the Fridge when you said that oh, you mentioned Paul's ego and you mentioned the amazing atheist. Yes, I did. And I knew what I was doing when I did it. You ain't never going to be TJ. And Paul's ego is rooting for G-Man. So, which one of you guys want to be an atheist on 4? Let me know in the comment section. If you want to be one of the people that's going to be atheist on 4, please understand Todd's going to come before you. Lubitz is coming before you. And Midwest guy's finally going to be happy to watch me get him because he has this coming. And I want to know, somebody can tell me who that hyperactive black guy was that came into Carnivorous Apes YouTube channel. I should probably use him too. But what the heck can I say about a carnivorous? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to put carnivorous ape in it because he doesn't look like he's really. But Lubitz, I'm going to have some fun with you, man. I'm going to have a lot of fun at your expense. I already told some people what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be speaking some Spanish in my rap. I'm going to get you, and I'm going to get you good. I'm going to have to write out the lyrics in the description of the video so people can follow what I'm going to be saying, because I'm thinking about doing something with 105. I think it's 105 speed I want to do. I want to talk fast, and I don't want to do no more slow ones. I want to do fast ones now. Completely do something different. And I want my video package to be different too. That's why I'm going to wait until May before I do it. It's going to be really good. Really, 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 really. I'm going to get a studio. I'm going to rent a studio because I'm going to be doing blog talk soon because I got this phenomenal microphone that a certain person on here gave me. And I'm going to be using that for my blog talk when I get ready to do it, because I'm going to be competing against, we're not competing, but I do want to do something like Debate Talk for You. I think I can get myself out of the debating arena, host a debating arena, and then invite people, because if I can get the Hebrew Israelites to debate Christians, that ain't nothing. I can do that all day, every day. But I don't know if I want Christianity versus atheism, because honestly and truthfully, a lot of people are sick and tired of it, especially when they hear it coming from one of my platforms. So I'm not going to be doing it no more. And I'm not accepting any debates for 2022. And if you guys don't believe me, have Matt Dillahunty challenge me to a debate. The answer is no. If Arnold Raw challenging me to a debate, the answer is no. Anybody challenging me to a debate in 2022, the answer is no. I'm not interested. Not this year. I'm taking a well-deserved break. I want to focus more on preaching and teaching and less on point counterpoint. I think people know my position. People actually listen to my debates, not people that listen to these reaction idiots. So if you if you heard me go back and forth with some people on here, and I've debated them all. I've debated with Jacqueline Glenn. I've debated the Amazing Atheist on multiple occasions. I've debated Thunderfoot. I've debated all of the big names on here. I've even had a brief dialogue with the Thinking Atheist, and to be honest, it might happen again if I decide to call into the show. I consider him to be the most respectful of the unholy trinity, which is Matt Dillahunty, the Thinking Atheist, and what is his name? Seth something. His name is. He talks about it on this radio show, The Thinking Atheist. The Thinking Atheist, Aaron Raw, and Matt Dillahunty is the unholy trinity. So I've debated all three of them. So I think I did well. I've debated several people in the great debate community on multiple occasions, which I don't care to debate them again no more because I believe I'll be wasting my time or doing it for the sake of. The only person in the great debate community in 2023 I'll be thinking about debating, if he's willing, is Floyd. And other than him, that's it. There ain't really nobody else. And to be honest, I might not even debate him because there's nothing to debate no more. God exists and you all know it. The Holy Spirit exists and you all know it. Heaven exists and you all know it. Hell exists and you all know it. Okay? Atheism is wrong and you all know it. Christianity is correct and you all know it. You know what I mean? So there's really nothing to debate there. But now I'm going to look at the live chat for the first time here for a moment here. So let's do that real quick. Let me mute because these guys over there are just saying all kinds of stupid. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they have Jamaican accents in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Listen. Those are Jamaican accents. So I got some friends over here from Jamaica, and they're over there acting like a fool right now. So I know a lot of you believe that I'm that I'm living in that house and everything and whatnot. And if I was, that would be none of your business. But I can assure you that's not the case. And one of these days you're gonna find out the hard way that's not the case. But as long as you guys don't know the real place where I'm at, I'm all right. I know y'all would love to know that. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. The undisputed truth of the matter is, ladies and gents, the undisputed truth of the matter is that you guys fear me. At the end of the day, you guys have respect for me, and you know that you got to come to me correct if you're going to have an intellectual conversation with me. However, I have destroyed every fake narrative that these people have created about me. There is nothing else to prove to these people. Okay? Just understand that, okay? If you want the videos, go to their channels. Go to my channel. Go to other people's channels. It's all over the place if you want to see just how many times they've been smashed. All right? So they're talking real loud, guys, and I got to try to get some rest because I actually got to go to work. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later on the Sowing and Reaping channel. And I'm going to tell you guys something. These reaction people are going to reap what they sow, and I'm going to tell you why. They're going to reap what they sow because they don't know what they're doing. They really don't.